Hi, it's Paul Augustine, your expert in all things real estate. You can also find us online at theaugustineteam.com. In this video, I'm going to be answering the question, if I'm planning to buy a home, how much money should I be setting aside? So if you're looking to cross the bridge from renting to owning a home, there's a few steps that you need to take to get yourself prepared. And one of those things is figuring out how much money you're going to need to actually be able to buy a home. And I'm going to take it a couple layers deeper and give you some other just general tips about things you might want to do in the year leading up to the point where you're actually going to be buying your first home. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what kind of monthly payment am I going to be comfortable paying for? And so if you're already renting, you probably have a good idea what your comfort zone is in a renting scenario. Now, chances are you're going to be looking in the same basic price range that you're renting in, but you really want to start to determine this as a first step. So where do you want to look? What do you want to look for? And realistically, what kind of price ranges is that going to put you in? And there are some just general mortgage calculators that you can look at online at this phase in the information gathering process and get a general idea what a per month mortgage payment might look like. So that's a good starting point as you're first starting to put these pieces together. And once you know what your projected per month payment is going to look like, if you're not already paying that much money in rent, my advice is that you start setting aside at least that much money month over month, and any surplus that isn't going towards your rent payment, start putting it in savings. Start stockpiling some extra money for the down payment you're going to need. And so that's going to get you into a discipline of having the payment that you're eventually going to wind up having when you do buy a home and have a mortgage. Additionally, you're going to need to kind of get a general idea how much money you're actually going to need to buy your property. So as a very general rule of thumb, right now there are a number of loan programs out there that could have you putting down as little as 3.5% of your own money and as much as 5%. And you may need about 5% of your own money in addition to those down payments to cover your closing costs. So short answer, figure on needing between 8 and 10% of the sale price or whatever it is you're going to be buying to in down payment monies or monies of your own. So start setting that aside. The other thing that I would tell you to do at this stage in the game, why your expenses are probably as low as they're going to be for many, many years to come once you buy and own a home, start looking at some of your discretionary spending and decide what you can trim out of your budget without missing it. And also look at liabilities that you have that you may want to eliminate so that you go into home ownership with a clean slate and worrying about very little as you take on that responsibility of your new mortgage payment. Be sure to share this information with your friends and also subscribe to our channel and look for other information on crossing the bridge from renting to owning in other videos. Thanks. Renting. I knew what I wanted to say and I kind of all right, retake.